Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage. I'm changing the head unit on my Transporter T5.1 from this original unit to this later unit. It's an RCD 360 Plus. What's John up to now and why, I hear you say? Well, this works, but I don't have SAT NAV. Some of the buttons, that one and that one, have locked up, which are memories for the radio, and I want to have Apple CarPlay, so that's why we're making the mod. And this should be relatively straightforward, so I'm not going to milk it. There are other good videos on how to do this sort of thing out there on the internet. So this is just sharing my experience more than necessarily teaching people how to do. First trick is you've got to prise out this little shelf from the top of your dashboard. And the biggest challenge is just getting a plastic trim tool like that under the edge. That's it. And once we're under, we can hook it and pull up. And there are two clips you're pulling out of, and up she comes. And it's wired up, and that's just for the cigarette lighter over there. So if I disconnect that and pull out that, it gives us a lot more space. Quite a lot of dust back there. Then we want to undo two Torx bolts here and here. Let me just change my screwdriver bit. There we go. And I think these are T20s. T25 actually. Just been able to read it when the light caught me tool bit correctly. I'm going to use this tray to put my screws in. And they're out. Next, I'm just going to remove my little air freshener. And what we've done is we've loosened the trim at the top here. This outer, on my car it's grey. And it's in a couple of clips. There. And there. So we need to pull those forward first. Then we're back to the trim tool. Nothing clever about trim tools, they're just plastic tools, so you don't cause as much damage to your interior plastics. And we're going to work our way around this until we get the whole thing off. So ran another one, another clip just to the left of the wheel for the demister. There it is, there's another. Going right down to the bottom, and it sort of just unhooks. So that's great. And we're out. And there are two more wires. There may be more on yours because I haven't got many switches. You may have more. So if I just squeeze the connector on this and pull, and squeeze the connector on this and pull, and that's that frame off. And that leaves us with really good access to the head unit. And noting that that's a little rattly, but so's that one, so I'm guessing that's how they should be. Now we're back to our T20 again, and there are 4 fittings on this, one at each corner of the head unit. You could definitely go for a completely aftermarket head unit to go into a Transporter T5. The one I've gone for is a version that was available as an option on these vehicles or on later vehicles, and I'm not even going to say it's by the same manufacturer as original, because they are made in China, and I'm not sure whether or not the OE equipment ones are made in China, but it's certainly a clone of a Volkswagen unit. But if you wanted to fit something like a Kenwood, which is a very popular double din, then you can do so, but you would need an adapter frame to go around your new unit. And the reason is, all the original equipment Volkswagen kit has got these very rounded corners, and all of the aftermarket units have a corner which is either completely square or maybe 2 or 3 mil radius. This is more like, I don't know, 12 mil radius, something like that. So you will need a frame to fit it in, and you will need some adapter cables, but your supplier of head units can no doubt advise you on this. Right, so we're able to pull this forward, and at the back find our connectors. And the first connector over this side is a double aerial connector. There we go. It's a little pull out tab, and once that's been pulled, that will come out nicely. The reason for 2 aerials, it's got 1 in each wing mirror. Then there's the big connector, and this is kind of hinged, and you squeeze the bottom and then pull. There we go. And it sort of cams out. Very nice action. There we go. And of note, this is just a radio and CD player, and it is full double din and pretty heavy. And it is made by Bosch. So yeah, original equipment is German as expected. Here's the aftermarket unit that I'm fitting, which is a higher spec, but is only actually single din for most of its body size. Now, when I bought this, I also ordered a double aerial to single aerial adapter lead, and you've seen why that is. So without this, I'd be a bit stuck. But fortunately, I ordered it. It was only about £10. And we can snap that into there, he says. There we go. That's gone in nicely. And that leaves us with a single aerial. Now, we also have an adapter which comes with the head unit to translate this to the back of here. It's all the same style, but not exactly the same layout. So this end is going to go in here. Let's check it looks right. And close that little cam action item again. There's quite a lot of nice wadding in the back of here. If there wasn't, or there isn't on your example, you might want to put something back there to stop these from bouncing around and making a noise. Then we go to the back of our unit, and the adapter, we're going to have to just open up this cam action thing again. So squeeze the bottom, should open. Now we can drop that into the back and close the lever, and that pulled itself in nicely. And don't forget our aerial. That goes in there. And then we only have to rest this into position. There we go. Essentially, we've done the job. So we bring in Torx fittings back. Just checking they're all the same size, which they are. All four positioned. The backing plate where I'm screwing down is metal, and it's about half as thick as the original, which is of no consequence, but does say that this is a replica or clone of a style, rather than has anything much to do with the original equipment, in my opinion. There we go. And we're bringing our fascia panel back, just reconnecting our two switches. There we go. And we'll clip it in exactly the reverse method we removed it. So hook the bottom in fully, slowly push it home, working up, little thump by the vents, and there's a clip at the top. Just got to bend the panel down and hook it in like so. That fits nicely around. And then we're popping in our two top screws. Like so. For our connector back onto the cigarette lighter, pop that into place there, and then hook this under and push down at the back. Air vent man goes back on, and theoretically we are done. Just put the keys in the ignition. Press on. Welcome to Volkswagen. Always satisfying when you peel a bit of film off. So I'm guessing we can search. Yes, we can. and store. Media, no source available. Source. Bluetooth audio. Just turning on the Bluetooth on my phone, and my phone has immediately detected Volkswagen radio. And compare this code is shown on your Volkswagen radio. Do you want to connect this phone? Connect. Does password match? Yes. Verifying. Matched. And it's connected. Phone. Contacts. That seems to be working. Apps. And for this we do need a cable on this device. So I'm now going to hook up my USB cable to my phone. Just a tip, if you're getting an equivalent head unit like mine, get a right angled USB connector. Just means you can keep it out of the way of the screen. And there we are.
Starting route to Longfield.
Brilliant. Very, very pleased. I was very pleased with how quick and easy that was to put in, and the setup seems very straightforward as well. We'll change this because there'll be lots of Volkswagen radios to Alfie Radio. So that's how you fit and initially set up an RCD 360 Plus. Mine came from Travelinlite, which is a Volkswagen specialist, and is also where my radiator grill came from. So quite liking their kit. If you want to see more videos like this, then remember to subscribe. I'll tell you more about that now. If you're enjoying our channel, then don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of new videos. And please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can share the videos. And below the video is always the area where you can comment and get involved with the chat.